Today on Cassidys Craveable Creations, we're making a gorgeous layered keto vanilla cake that's perfect for any special occasion. So the very first thing when you're making a cake is you do not want the cakes to stick to the pans because that will just ruin everything. And so I always line mine with parchment paper. And the easiest way to do this is to set a piece of parchment paper out on the countertop, put your cake pans down, and I just take a marker or a pencil and I trace around the outside of the cake pans, and then I cut them out. And then I put the parchment paper in and grease everything with oil, and this ensures that your cakes will never stick. Now that our pans are prepared, we're just going to mix all of the dry ingredients in a large bowl. We have finely ground blanched almond flour, coconut flour, and the brand of coconut flour really matters. Some are a lot more absorbent than others. And so you can find the link to the full recipe in the description below. And then in the notes, I'll have all my recommended brands. Baking soda, baking powder, and some sea salt. Just whisk this together and set it aside. Now we're going to beat together some room temperature butter, or you can use non-dairy butter, with some erythritol-based keto sweetener. And be sure that your butter is room temperature, otherwise the cake might not rise properly and incorporate well. We want it to incorporate into the sweetener really well, both of them. So there are nice air pockets in the cake and it's soft and fluffy.
Oh man, this is getting messy now.
And if you don't want to, if you forget to set your butter out, because it takes a while to come to room temperature, I have a link in the recipe on how to soften it perfectly in 15 minutes. Yep, add the sweetener. Nice. Oh, there's still some more. Oh, babe.
It's good.
Okay, I'll get it. I want all the sweetener. I like my stuff super sweet. Okay, so now Now we're just going to beat this until it's well incorporated, and this can take several minutes. It usually takes a little bit longer with keto sweeteners. You want to mix it for us? Or you want me to?
I want to.
Okay. Caleb got this nice and smooth and well incorporated, and now we're going to beat in 7 eggs and 3 egg whites. We're going to beat them in one at a time, otherwise they're really hard to incorporate. And I know it seems like a lot of eggs, but that's just kind of the nature of cooking with coconut flour. Coconut flour requires a lot of eggs. And then I added 3 egg whites because it just makes the cake that much lighter and fluffier. Now that all the eggs are nice and incorporated, we're going to add the remaining wet ingredients. We have some non-dairy milk, and I use non-dairy unsweetened because dairy milk has quite a few carbs. I have apple cider vinegar. It helps react with the baking soda just to give it a little bit extra rise. But don't worry, you can't taste it in the final product. And a tablespoon of pure vanilla. Now we'll just slowly beat in the dry ingredients. If you'll notice, when you get done beating the batter, it's a little bit lumpy, but that's totally normal. Don't be worried about that. As long as everything is nice and mixed, you're good to go. Now we're just going to evenly divide the batter into these 3 pans that we prepared earlier. And you can definitely divide it into 2 pans and have thicker cakes, or I like to use 3 and have thinner ones just because I like the look of a 3-layered cake better than the 2-layer cake, but you can do whichever one. The batter makes about 6 cups, and so since we're using 3 cake pans, that equals about 2 cups of batter per pan. So let's just put it in the pan here. This is half a cup, so I need about 4 of these. And you can use the spatula to even it out some. Now we're going to bake these at 350 degrees for 20-25 minutes, and you know they're done when the tops are lightly browned and you put a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean. And when they get done, you'll need to let them cool in the pan for 10 minutes and then remove them from the pan to cool completely on the cooling rack. You don't want to let them cool completely in the pan because you run the risk of the bottom getting a little bit soggy. You really need all that air around all the cakes for them to cool properly. And then I always recommend wrapping them in plastic wrap and putting them in the fridge several hours to overnight before frosting them, because otherwise the cake layers, they're just kind of too soft and delicate to deal with. And so we're going to bake these, let them cool, and then we'll meet you back here. So the cake's completely cooled. And then we made a keto vanilla buttercream frosting, which I will put a link to below. And I'll also put a link to how we frosted them with this gorgeous semi-naked frosting. So are you ready to try it?
I can't wait, even though I think it's too pretty to
I know,
eat.
I'm scared to cut into it because then, it's just so pretty.
Yes.
I usually like to put the cake back in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes before I actually cut into it, but I didn't do that this time because it just looks so delicious and I'm so excited to try it. But if you do that, it kind of sets the frosting up just a little bit more. Okay. I can't wait to see the pretty layers. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know what to do with this. I'll just put it over here. Okay, you want to try it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can go first.
Okay, I'm going to take the blackberry.
Okay, take the blackberry. I'm going to take it right over here.
Super. Super good.
Mmm.
I'm going to take this
So good. It's
Okay.
really tender and has such good vanilla flavor. I think you're going to love it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Be sure and like us below.